All right, everyone. Welcome to our lecture on Figma, screen production, and presentation. To get started with our work, we need to have something that can serve as a screen in our workspace. Think of it like having paper ready. The frame we talked about earlier is the basic unit for creating content. It acts as a screen that can hold various objects. I mentioned before that you can think of it like Illustrator's artboard. While both are used for composing content, Figma's frame has a unique feature. You can nest another frame inside it. For example, in the picture, you can see a mobile-shaped frame with a smaller screen frame inside it. This is also frame, and this one is also can be frame. Now let's talk about groups. A group is simply two or more objects bundled together within these layers of frames. You can group images, text, shapes, any kind of elements. Unlike frames, which act as containers, groups are just collections of objects. This concept is pretty common in other graphic design and presentation tools, so it should be easy to grasp. The last concept you need to understand is the section. A section can contain various frames and is used to organize and classify these frames. If so, you need to understand the difference between frames and groups so that you can use them appropriately. Since the frame has its own unique coordinate values, objects in the frame can have XY coordinate values. And objects within the frame have the feature of being able to be controlled according to conditions by setting their positions or properties. For instance, if I select the red rectangle here, I can see the XY coordinate in the design panel tab on the right, which are the coordinates within the frame that this rectangle is in. From these panels, X, Y, yeah. Below that, you will find constraints where you can set how the object responds when the frame is resized. So just I put in the middle, but you can change to this way and this way, like this. Or you can change from this pull down button. Now to understand constraints better, Let's do a simple practice with this picture. I have a yellow frame inside the white frame and a black character inside the yellow frame. When I select this character, I can see the constraints of the character. When I select this character, I can see the constraints of the character from here. Now let's set the constraint to the left and top. And then use the Move tool to increase the frame size. Here. Do you see the character staying fixed on the left and top? Next, let's set the constraint to the center. This one and this one. And next, do you notice how the character stays centered as the frame resizes? Yes. And now let's set the constraints to scale. From here, you can find the scale. Yes. And do you see how the character size changes when you increase or decrease the frame size? Yeah. Now, let's do a quick practice with the frame at the bottom here. And when creating a responsive screen, you can set the character on the left to be fixed on the left and top. And see, left and top. And the text on the right to be fixed to the right and top. Right and top. I already done this work. When I stretch the frame, sideways, see, you can see that the elements adjust according to the constraints. Okay? This is a crucial concept to remember when working on a responsive screen. Next, let's look at various options for text. Which is the most commonly used element when composing documents or screens? First, I have some text on the screen like this, and let's copy it. Just double click here. Ctrl C or Command C. And select the text tool from here. Click on the screen with the text tool and paste with Ctrl+V. You will notice that the text is very long and stretched to the right. You can limit this vertical expansion and make the text expand horizontally, or you can limit the horizontal length by reducing the text bounding box from the far right to the left. Here. Yeah. Like this. And you can put upside from this bounding box, middle or bottom, like this. Left, middle, right side, arranging. When starting a new text block, you can also draw a box on the screen like this. And write the text to fit the horizontal side of the box. Just I Ctrl paste with Ctrl+V here. As I mentioned earlier, press ESC allows you to exit text editing mode. You can position this text at the top or bottom of the box with this one. You can also adjust the space between lines and letters from here. See? Lines. Spacing. Wow. If you have a lot of text that needs to fit in the box, there's also an option to truncate it. So let me show you. If you want to show only inside this box the text, there's an option here. See? Press here, typesetting, and you can find truncate text. If you press this button on the right side, now you will see that the text is visible only within the box and the rest is truncated with a few small dots here. Okay. When writing text on the screen, sometimes you may need to limit the horizontal length and let it expand vertically. And other times you might need to show text only within a specific section and truncate the rest. Use this text option to handle various situations effectively. Among the text options, there's an option called variable. This option isn't available for all text and only works with some fonts. If you open the options window, you will see that you can adjust the thickness, from here. You can find the variable tab from here. So thickness like this. And width of the text, letters. Yeah, allow the same font to appear in various forms. Next, let's dive into how to make detailed setting for effects. Let's add a shadow to this shape here. One thing to keep in mind with shadow is that first-time users often make them too strong. It's exciting to see a dark shadow make a space look three-dimensional, but try to keep it subtle. Shadows should be used naturally, like in app GUIs, to avoid straining users' eye. Aim for natural shadows or other effects. So when I press this one, and next, from the right panel, you can press the plus button from Effect and drop shadow here, and want to set some other detail from this icon. Yeah, and blur. And also you can change the transparency from here. How is it? Anyway, one of the great things about Figma is its variety of plugins. We will use a plugin called Beautiful Shadow to create a nice shadow effect. First, let's just press minus from here. And click this object and select the resource tool. And from here, press plugin tab and search for beautiful shadows. And you can find this small window, which is named Beautiful Shadow. Use this small circle to adjust the direction and size of the shadow. Yes. See how apply, press apply, and you can see the nice shadow looks from here. As I mentioned before, you can set detailed option by clicking the sun shape icon in front of drop shadow. And also you can change this one. Just let's make minus minus. Okay. Oops. Okay. Oops. Okay. Okay. And you can also choose inner shadow instead of drop shadow from here. And you can create a grooved effect from here. Oh, see? And there's also background blur effect, popular for creating the trendy glassmorphism style. It blurs the background behind the object. First, let's do some exercise. Just put this square over this character and lower the shape's transparency. And add a background blur from effect. Press this plus and make it not drop shadow, but background blur. And also, oh, let me see. Yes, let's check this. I have to make transparency from fill, but I put it on the layer part. So just make it 100% here. And you can make the transparency from fill area 50%. Yes, and when you make a background blur, you can make like this kind of image. So you can also reduce the blur like this or make more seriously. Okay. And also, all these effects can be saved and reused as styles. Among the plugin, there's one more applying effective effects. Select the white text from here on the right here and open the plugin windows and search for glow. You can easily find this result. And white color. Oh, yeah. When I select this one, the plugin applies to this letter. So when you make this more transparency, when you want to make more transparent, light, yeah. And you can apply it like this. All right. You can find that the satisfied glow to the object, right? Although this effect isn't very complex, adjusting and applying detailed options one by one can be time-consuming. So using plugins can save your time and enhance your designs. Now that you know the basics, let's look at how to make a presentation. First, let's look at what I made. The presentation starts from this page, and you can begin by clicking the play button in the top right. And clicking on each chapter moves you to the next one. Click and click. Yeah. So after practicing simple screen configuration and changing options for each chapter, we will practice creating a presentation. First, select this frame, and change the background to black. Just when I select this one, you can find fill area from on the right panel and change it to the black. Okay. And next, let's apply a glow effect to the letter K using a plugin. Click this object and press this resources tool, and from plugin, find glow and click. If you want to make more lightly, you can change this 75 to 85. Yeah, and apply. You already made the blowing effect to the K letter. Now let's make the small letters at the bottom goes slightly bolder. So just select coast and adjust the thickness in the right panel. Just double click here and select coast, only coast. And you can change the thickness from this part like this. Okay, similar. Okay, and next, the first chapter is completed. And let's move to the second chapter. Compare it to the presentation I made earlier, this one and this one. Change the background to the black, this frame. Okay. And make the 20 global text bold. Just compare. Okay. Select and choose the thickness from here. Okay. It looks like the text is written in one line. So adjust the text area to fit the size of the white square. Oops, too long. Okay. Yes. Now it is done. And just resize this box to this fit to the square. And to truncate more characters, go to Options here and select the right button on Truncate. Oops. This one. Okay? All right. It's good. It looks good. Now let's move to the third chapter. Please change this background color similar to this light gray. You can also spoil the color from here. Okay. And now let's use the beautiful shadow plugin for this letter as we did earlier. Press Resource and Plugin and Beautiful Shadows. Yes. Yeah. How is it? Is it good? Okay. Then apply. Does it look similar to the original now? Now we need to designate these 3 frames as a presentation and connect each sheet. First, select the first frame and open to the prototype tab on the right panel and select flow starting point to set the first screen. In the presentation. Hover your mouse over the right side here of the first chapter and a small dot will appear. Click and drag this to the right to connect to the second presentation chapter. Okay, it is done. After the first chapter, designate a frame to link to the next chapter by clicking on it. Connect this third, second, and third chapters in the same way. Now, shall we run the presentation? Click on the first chapter and play it in the upper right. Oops. Yes, yeah, it is changed to the new one, new presentation. And yes, when I click, finally we can get to the last page like this. Starting with a simple presentation like this and gradually progressing to move complex implementations, you can effectively use Figma. Okay, thank you.